Hey guys, this is Michael. Pardon the different angle for the video. My tripod is in the truck, and I'm at home and I wanted to do a quick video. Just to recap, I just finished my second week of solo over the road with TMC, and it was a pretty good week. Recap for my first week, I got on Friday, we broke 4,000 to the truck, which is my fleet manager's goal. I want to get that higher, obviously, because if it's only 4,000, I'm only bringing in about 1,000 a week. Granted, it is better than I was doing as a teacher, so that went well. Had a couple of things that I messed up on, just putting them out there. So maybe it'll help you avoid doing it in the future. Check the oil in the truck. Put some oil in. Didn't get the cap tight enough. So I lost some oil, and I noticed it when I got to a customer. I noticed a lot of oil coming out from under the hood, and and the check engine light came on. So once I got a chance, I pulled around the side and I popped the hood, and that's when I noticed the lid wasn't on properly. So there's that. Learn from my mistake. Don't do it yourself. Secondly, and develop a habit when you're getting equipment out, putting equipment away. I didn't get one of my doors on my headache rack closed properly, and when I went to park at my parking spot here in Jacksonville, I got out to do a look around and everything, and I noticed the door was open. Not a good sign, and went to close it. It's all bent up, so I had to send in a message to notify them. So the next time I go into the terminal, they'll have to probably replace the door. They can probably pop it off, put another one on, and then maybe work on bending that one back into shape. So that was a little frustrating on my part, because if I had followed my routine, um, it wouldn't have happened. I think what happened is I initially was going to put my load bar back in that particular box, but since the doors are not always secure, I decided to put it in a different location where it is locked, so I didn't have to worry about it disappearing over the weekend. So right now I have it bungee closed. It's secure. It's not going anywhere. Other than that, let's talk about some of the loads. The more recent load I have right now is spools of rebar, eye to the sky. That means they're loaded straight up. It is the first time I've done one of those, which brings up one of my key points for this particular video. Um, if you don't know, ask other flatbed drivers around you. Most of the time, if you have a spirit willing to learn, willing to listen, others are going to step up and they'll help you out. That doesn't mean they're going to do it for you. I'm not talking about that. But they will take a look. They'll give you suggestions. They'll take a look and see if you've done it safely. That's the key word. TMC has a specific way we're supposed to do things, and that is my goal. But there's a lot of these loads that I have not done before. And looking through the media library, I don't always see the securement that they intended for a specific type of thing. So my first step was to contact my trainer, which I did, and he verbally told me what to do. And so I did it, and then another driver, I had him take a look at it. He said it looked fine, it'll do the trick. The key thing is to throw an X-strap over the top. You want it to cross at the top. I looked at his load after he had done it, and he had run his straps pretty much parallel, and I think as they went up and over, they crossed at the top. Whereas mine, I actually threw them much broader over, so they're over the top, and they actually crossed on the sides as well. Whether or not one is right and one is wrong, I don't know. My primary focus is learning. So if you guys know anything about this, feel free to comment. Second is had to do a horseshoe strap across the front. And this was tricky, not because it's difficult to do that, which it can be a little bit because you have to keep it high up on the load relatively. But this particular shipper did not allow you up on the trailer. So I ended up, when I went to park up, I was able to get up on the trailer and put it up there and got it. It's tight. If that thing goes anywhere, then I had bigger issues. So there's that. Let's see. Other than that, I'm finding a groove establishing with my driving. I know some of us, we like to get up at 5, 6, 7, whatever time it is. For me, this last week, I found myself getting up and going when my 10 hour, or when my clock reset, because I could not always make it to my destination the night before. So there's several days I'm getting up at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, if you're someone who knows that you cannot drive late at night or early in the morning, then you need to avoid this and just communicate with your fleet manager so that you can make it safely, because that's the first thing. Me, I enjoy driving, and it is easier. It may seem kind of strange, but it's easier driving the truck than it is a little car, because I can see higher up off the ground, and it just makes it easier. Then all you have to make sure you do is make sure you're staying in your lane, um, and keep yourself awake. So those are some of the main things that stood out to me from this week. It's not going to be a very long video. My goal for this next week is I want to try and get closer to 5,000. I'm not real pleased with the load I have right now. The rebar coming out of Jacksonville is one of the lowest paying loads I think I've done. Even during training, I think my training I did mostly a little bit more than this. So at this point, my mindset is, let me see what the follow-up load is, and let me see if I can get maybe 1 or 2 long-haul loads so that I can bridge that gap. If I can get a couple loads for $2,000, then I'm in pretty good shape. So I'll be communicating that desire with my fleet manager, because I'd rather do a 2-day load that's worth $2,000 and I have to drive 1,100 miles or something than to keep doing 5 loads and getting $600, $700, $800 a load. I have enjoyed the physical element. Losing weight, I've lost about 35 pounds from all the work, and I continue to lose some. So keep with the video comments. If you have questions, let me know. Again, with the diabetes, with the blood pressure, with the sleep apnea, if you have specific questions on those, I can answer based on my experiences. Always have to give the disclaimer, because that's what YouTube insists and everything else. I'm not a medical doctor. All the answers are based on my own personal experience. So this is Michael, teacher turned trucker. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you later.